Members of the National Assembly and the Senate, second day in a row, continued with the induction process, which provides an opportunity, especially for the newly elected MPs and senators, to gain an understanding of not only parliamentary procedures, but how to conduct themselves in executing their vital legislative roles.
And decided that there is no need at this time to take members of parliament outside of town. So this is very convenient. We park our cars in parliament, we walk to the intercourt, we walk back and go back home. So I think this is really convenient.
The process is very fine so far. We've been taught many things from yesterday. We learned how to carry ourselves as honorable members of parliament. We also learned several things about registration, like today. We are being taught about how to prepare bills.
The majority of the newly elected MPs in the National Assembly were quite satisfied with the process, as many are still overly excited and might be tempted to take into the August House campaign mannerisms.
The induction process is going on well. We started yesterday, and I think it is very important to note that for the newly elected members of Parliament, it was good for us to be taught about the procedures of the House.
Very useful for first-timers like us. It feels like first day at university or when you went to nursery school. So we learned a number of things.
An expected situation being the attendance of the NASA MPs who have shown a tendency of skipping parliamentary sitting following the nullification of the August 8th poll.
We are not party to the proceedings of the House until such a time that the issues revolving around presidential elections will be adequately resolved. So we are still out here because we don't recognize the presidency of Uhuru Kenyatta.
In terms of attendance in the houses, they always come like the National Assembly, sign, wanakunywa maji ya bunge, then they leave without doing any work for Kenyans. And we are calling upon them to realize that the Kenyans who elected them never elected them to be coming to bunge and sign papers.
In my engagement with a section of MPs affiliated to Jubilee and NASA, despite the issue of the induction process, the debate on the fresh election has continued to be a big debate for them.
So if it will not be in compliance, we will not go to that election. So we must contemplate a situation where we either have the strict compliance or we don't have an election.
So we are saying no to the 17th. IEBC, of course, that has also come up from the technological service provider, Saffron Morpho. So it is not about us, it is also within themselves. And you ask yourself, where did they find this date without contacting their other partner in crime called Saffron Morpho?
And their presidential candidates are not ready for an election. Whether we say we reform IEBC, whatever details that we will have from the Supreme Court, we will still see NASA crying foul. Because they know about numbers, they, of course, cannot come anywhere near winning.
The Senate, which strictly demarcates the boundary of its oversight role, and the County Assembly over the county executives, has continued with its induction process in Naivasha, which is set to be completed on Friday. Being the second day of the induction process, where 300 MPs have been taken through the parliamentary committees and how to pass bills into laws. But the MPs affiliated to NASA have maintained they will not take part in any parliamentary sitting until fresh elections are conducted. Irene Mwangi, KUTV, Nairobi.